Hey guys, in this video we're going to talk about the 10 reasons why your belly might not be shrinking on a ketogenic plan, okay? Now, it would be nice just to give you a simple plan that you can do and it would work 100% of the time. But each body is different and there are very specific reasons why you might not be losing your belly, okay? Let's start with number one, not doing it correctly. So many people that I talk to, I listen to what they're doing and they haven't read the book. They're kind of just, they saw a video and they're just trying it halfway and they're doing it partially. They're not doing it correctly. So you want to bring your carbs down to 20 grams per day, maybe even less, okay? If your metabolism is really slow and you're going through menopause and you've done many diets in the past, you're going to probably have to bring your carbs down to 10 grams per day. That's just what it's going to take, because we have to counter that slow metabolism. Protein, have a moderate amount of protein, between 3 and 6 ounces per day. Large quantities of vegetables. And as far as the fat, in the very beginning, you're going to consume more fat to allow yourself to go from one meal to the next. But as you start getting into it, you have to cut that fat back, because what we don't want is your body to turn the dietary fat into ketones and not your own body fat into ketones. We want to rely on your own body fat. So we want to cut that down. I have a ton of videos on that. I'll put some links down below. So this is number one. Number two, you're not doing intermittent fasting. You're only doing keto. Well, that's not going to work because every time you eat, you trigger insulin. And so by doing intermittent fasting, you can greatly accelerate the results and decrease insulin big time. So the combination is really essential. There are so many therapeutic reasons why you need to do intermittent fasting, but that's in another video. So we want to combine these two. You want to start off 3 meals and then slowly do 2 meals, okay, by pushing your breakfast forward to the point where you're not hungry in the morning. And then you want to take your dinner and your lunch and squish them together. That would be the ideal scene. To the point where you may want to go to 1 meal a day if your metabolism is really slow and or if you have a slow thyroid. Okay, it's just what you're going to have to do at this point. Number 3, it is working and you might think it's not working, okay? Now in the beginning of the program, a lot of people lose a lot of weight and then all of a sudden they slow down the weight loss and they think it's not working. They're used to like a pound a day and now they go a pound a week and they think it's not working. They get frustrated. On a real healthy person, the most you can lose is 2 pounds a week. I'm sorry, but that's just the fact. On an average person, it could be 1 pound a week. It's still working. It's just going to take some time. So the goal is to get healthy, then lose the weight. So what I would recommend is focus on the other indicators like energy, tolerance for sleep, memory, focus, inflammation. Focus on those, not just the weight loss, okay? But if you're losing even a half a pound a week, it's working, but it's a little slower, but we can always speed it up. But the point is that don't give up if you're only losing a half a pound or a pound a week. Just tweak things. Number 4, if you have a fatty liver, the capacity to make ketones, the capacity to make growth hormone work is going to be less. And the capacity to rid the fat is going to be less. So you're going to have to improve this fatty liver. I have a video down below on how to do that. You need to get some choline. That's a type of B vitamin that strips off fat out of the liver and it'll help you. The other point about this is that if your stomach is large, your body will have to get rid of the fat in the liver before the fat underneath in your abdomen area. So even though your abdomen might not be shrinking, your body is still losing fat, but it has to get it out of the organs first before it gets rid of the superficial or the fat that's right underneath your abdomen. So that's just a point I want to bring up because it's very, very common. So the body will go after the liver first and the organs and then the other fat second. Number 5, you're gaining muscle mass. If you're female and you're menopausal, chances are you have a lot of atrophy. That's loss of muscle. It looks just like fat, but it's atrophy. One way to know that is if you're sitting in a chair and you get up and it takes you a lot of work to get up because your quadricep, your thigh muscles are weak, you have atrophy. So you're going to have to gain the muscle back while you're doing intermittent fasting and keto. And in the process, muscle by volume weighs more than fat. So you might find no loss of midsection, yet you're getting stronger. The point I want to make is that it takes a really healthy diet for a good year or two to get these muscles back with exercise. So it's not going to happen in a week or two. So go for the long haul. I know it's frustrating, but that's just the facts of what's going to happen. But you'll eventually get it back, because atrophy is a pretty serious problem. It's not a little thing. It's like your muscles are basically gone. Okay, number 6. You're not exercising correctly, or you're not exercising at all. Exercise is not the big tool to help you lose weight, but it can really help increase growth hormone, toning, and a little bit of weight loss. Okay? So this is important. High intensity, low duration. Short little bursts of high intensity, full body exercise is the best. I mean, if you can do sprinting, that would be the ideal scene, but some people, they don't have good knees, so they have to get on the bike, the spin bike, and start doing that for a while. Elliptical. But for a lot of people, you have to just start just walking. That's their first step. So do what you can, gradually work up to it. Number 7, if you bloat from the vegetables that you're not used to consuming, or too much fat, or whatever, because you don't have enough stomach acid, or enough bile from the gallbladder, that can make your stomach stay big. When I was in practice, there were people that actually had food allergies that kept them bloating. There were people that were doing kale that they were just bloated week after week. They didn't connect the dots that they can't digest those foods. They developed constipation. Well, how are you going to lose weight if you have constipation? So we want to have you consume foods that you can digest. So regular lettuce, green lettuce, is probably easier to digest than spinach or other vegetables. So modify the type of vegetables that you consume, and make sure you have no bloating. Maybe you need some help with apple cider vinegar, betaine hydrochloride, some gallbladder support. All right, number 8, other health problems. So let's say you have a thyroid issue. Let's say you have some other hormonal issue. You have hot flashes. You have, I don't know, heart condition. These other health problems can inhibit your ability to lose weight, because as you get healthy, sometimes the body will focus on other problems first before losing the weight. So what I like to do is I like to get rid of all the weak links in your body. So let's say, for example, you're trying to lose weight, it's not working. Well, what is the weakest link in your body? Is it the thyroid? Is it the adrenals? Focus on that, then watch what happens to the weight, because it's all about getting healthy, then losing the weight. All right, number 9, medications. Lots of medications, from cholesterol medications, statins, to antidepressant medications, have side effects of preventing weight loss. In fact, a lot of the symptoms from these medications are you develop more insulin resistance, which increases more insulin. Well, you're going to have to get with your doctor to find an alternative, something natural maybe that you can work with, but that's between you and your doctor, because the medication is just going to be a barrier. It's going to keep things really slow. And one more point about medications. If your blood values are normal and the doctor still has you on medications, then find another doctor, because you don't want to take medications if you really don't need them. All right, number 10. Stress and lack of sleep can severely inhibit your ability to lose your belly. So I have tons of videos on techniques that you can do, things you can do, foods you can eat, nutrition you can take to reduce stress, usually supporting a healthy adrenal gland, to enhance the sleep, which will then actually greatly help you lose weight. I mean, there are people that all we did is fix their sleep and they started losing weight, not changing their diet, not doing anything else. They continued to exercise. All we did is tweak the sleep, improved it a little bit, and all of a sudden that was to the point where they started losing weight. So it's quite amazing. All right, guys, there you have it. Find out which ones apply and go ahead and focus on that, and thanks for watching. Hey guys, I had a quick question. I'm thinking about doing a keto summit in Washington, D.C. this fall. And the reason I want to do it in the fall, that's my favorite time of the year where the leaves are falling. It's going to be gorgeous in Washington, D.C. And I wanted to know if you would be interested in coming out. So this way I have a chance to meet you and cover the entire subject of keto and intermittent fasting. So I haven't formulated all the details yet, but I just wanted to find out if you would be interested. I put a link down below. Let me know.